लाने का संकल्प।
Dr. Ami Yaznik, the time is 2 minutes. I make it 5 minutes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Honorable Chairman, for giving me this opportunity to speak on the motion of thanks of the Honorable President. Sir, the address showed that as if nothing had happened before 2014. The earlier governments, post-1947, starting from Jawaharlal Nehru's vision of putting the foundation strongly with his vision, and thereafter the progressive laws per decade, the 5-year plans, and the vision of Rajiv Gandhi ji to usher in the computer age much before it was required here, all this has added to what the present address said about the economy that happened in 2014 to till the present time. Sir, Nari Shakti was the highlight, but I was disappointed that the Honorable President did not talk about the reality on the ground. A young girl is running away from a rapist on a public road, and she's wanting a piece of cloth to wrap around her. But it speaks volumes that she does not have that piece of cloth. It speaks about the police system, the public space, the societal mindset, and the laws which cannot protect her. So despite this Nari Shakti, I am very happy that women are empowered today. But what about those young girls, small children in the remand homes? They're shivering when they look at the rector. Where are those laws that are protecting them? 51 FIRs every day, the NCRB record shows. So when there is no protection, no safety for women, how can we talk about a progressive country? How can we say that, well, we are the 5th economy? Yes, with 80 crores of people being given food, free rations, we are a larger economy. But what about that free ration food? Are you giving nutritious food? What about the anemia? What about the malnutrition? What about the malnourishment? What about the wasting of children? What about the children not getting enough food? And what about female mortality, child mortality? This was not addressed by the Honorable President in her address. But coming to the main thing, a developed country or a country can call itself developed, an economy can be called advanced economy only if your children are educated. There was no mention of rural infrastructure for education. The dropout rate, if you see, sir, it is embarrassing. The children are not getting enough time, enough opportunity, and enough infrastructure to go to school. This dropout rate is so high that we talk about education, we talk about digital India, but what about the basic infrastructure that is required? Healthcare facilities, we have not talked about the absence of healthcare facilities in rural areas. All this was absent in the Honorable President's address, and the most important was mention of new laws. Sir, there was no mention of the backlog of more than 5 crores of cases. People of this country want justice. The preamble of the Constitution talks of justice. And if that justice is not accessed, then what is the use of going to a system where you cannot get justice, but you get languished in jails, you wait for your matters. A child from 4 years becomes a major, and his custody matter goes on and on and on in the court infrastructure, the court system. So this is where I think the new laws, I think we should have, the President's address should have addressed what is going to happen to the physical infrastructure, the judicial infrastructure, the justice system, where the people of this country are waiting for justice. And the last point, sir, we talk about digital India. And the President's address talked about digital India and several schemes, renamed, new named, and all kinds of schemes. But where are the systems that would deal with cyber frauds? Young children who are looking at online lessons, taking online school lessons, get pop-up messages of pornography. Where is that cyber security? What kind of a generation are we giving in the next century, in the next decade, or the decade thereafter? Continuously praising one particular kind of a governance model, which is not speaking of a robust governance model, not speaking of strong institutions which are already placed by earlier governments. I think this address lacked in some of these basic and very important factors which should have been brought out to show that where is this economy, where is this democracy heading towards. The institutions have been weakened. The younger generation is waiting listlessly for employment. There are no openings, and not to mention about people who have gone away to far countries, these high net worth individuals who have gone away abroad and have settled elsewhere. and we are talking about the wealth drain and the brain drain, but none of these issues were there in the Honorable President's address. Sir, one last point, sir. When we talk about our younger generation, sir, should not there be a job satisfaction or a job creation in the country itself? Why should these youngsters be going to far countries? And why should not we keep some kind of a system that we retain our young brains, we retain our young doctors, we retain our young engineers and computer scientists within the country and create a robust mechanism so that the democracy can be said to be a robust democracy, and we can then boast of an economy which is somewhere in the hierarchy. Thank you, sir.
Srimati Sulata Dev.